It has the highest COVID-19 mortality rate in Asia, hovering at around 8 to 9%. Indonesia also has the most number of coronavirus deaths in the region, second only to China.
Hi, my name is Augusto Pook. I'm from Binabangsa School, Semarang. I'm in P5 this year. Today, I'll be joining MakeX competition. My project is called Intelligent COVID-8 Relief Essential System. ICARES to make it short. I created my project based on what happened in Indonesia 3 months ago, when Indonesia recorded the world's highest COVID-19 daily new cases and deaths. During that time, COVID was out of control and the bed occupancy rate in the hospital was full and lots of people could not be admitted. Therefore, they need to self-isolate at home. The major problem with self-isolation is there's not enough oxygen device for the patient. The patient needs constant flow of oxygen if their oxygen level falls below 90. Normal oxygen tanks need to be refilled every 2 to 3 hours. The stock was lower at the time due to high demand from the hospital. I created my project for those people that isolate at home and have severe symptoms such as difficulties in breathing and weakness. Since these patients need to be quarantined alone, I created this device, and the features of these robots are: number 1, oxygen concentrator to get constant oxygen flow. 2, intelligent floor sweeper with UV to maintain hygiene. 3, emergency lighting and alarm system so that if the electricity cuts off, the emergency light and alarm will switch on so that you can call your family member to assist with your oxygen machine. And 4, humidity and temperature display to check the quality of the humidity and temperature. So firstly, let me show you the main feature of this robot, which is the oxygen concentrator. Many people with COVID-19 have low oxygen levels, a life-threatening condition. The oxygen level can be measured using a device called a pulse oximeter. Pulse oximeters measure the oxygen saturation, or percentage of oxygen in the blood. An oxygen saturation of 95 to 100% is normal for a healthy children and adult. Oxygen therapy is when the oxygen saturation is below 90%. The goal of the therapy is to achieve an oxygen saturation of 95%. A MakeBlock air pump motor together with a MakeBlock DC motor, a mini fan, and Orion controller is used to circulate the oxygen from the oxygen concentrator through the humidity bottle and the receipt to provide the necessary oxygen flow. This is the oxygen concentrator. How it works is that this device will separate the nitrogen from the air, leaving almost pure oxygen to be supplied to the patient. And here's the MakeBlock air pump that is connected to the Orion. The purpose of this air pump is to transfer the oxygen to the mask so that the patient can inhale the oxygen. Lady, I got bad news for you. You got tested positive in your COVID test, and the hospitals are full right now. So I created this robot to help you in your self-isolation.
Okay.
Lady, I have an oximeter to check your oxygen level if you really need the oxygen generator. Here. Lady, your oxygen levels are under 90. I think you may need this. So, air will come through this filter and making it cleaner air, and inside there it will remove the nitrogen from the oxygen, making only oxygen. So the oxygen goes into the humidifying bottle and comes out through the mask, meaning that you're doing pure oxygen. The second feature is the intelligent floor sweeper with UV sterilization. People can become infected when droplets land directly on them or they touch contaminated objects and surfaces such as used tissue paper. Therefore, I have constructed intelligent floor sweeper. This is not an ordinary cleaning machine, as a smart block camera can identify debris and instruct the motors with spinning cleaners to switch on and deposit debris into the compartment. Where a UV sterilization using the MakeBlock Halo code under the robot will activate to disinfect all of the area without using any form of physical contact by using hands. The sweeper's mobile job is to sweep. The reason I made this is so that I don't have to pick up messes on the floor. The way the sweeper works is that there are two motors in the front with mops attached to them, so that when it detects something with the smart camera, it will turn on the sweeper and move forward. In the dustbin, there will be a halo code under the beam which will turn on and sterilize everything in the dustbin around it. The wheels can also be controlled by a Bluetooth controller or by clicking the onboard button. It will keep moving forward, and at the most front, we will see the ultrasonic sensor, and if it detects something in the front, it will turn to a random side. The third feature is emergency lighting and alarm system. iCash is equipped with two MakeBlock RGB LED and could be used as an emergency light or to find things in the dark. A MakeBlock sensor can switch on the light when it senses the surrounding area dark automatically. The light could also be activated manually through the MakeBlock Bluetooth controller. The MakeBlock audio player functions as an emergency buzzer and sends an alarm to notify the family members in case of distress. The LED works when it's dark and the light's less than 200 sensitivity. The two LED in the front of the MBOT will turn on and the speaker will play the alarm. The reason I made this is so that if the electricity cuts out and the lights will turn on so that you can see in the dark. The way the alarm works is when you click number 3 on your Bluetooth controller, it will play the alarm to call your family members to switch on the emergency supply so that the oxygen flow can continue. When I press the number 3, the alarm would sound. The last feature is the humidity and temperature sensing. Using a MakeBlock temperature and humidity sensor, it can provide the actual humidity concentration and the temperature within the air at any given point. This allows the person to find the most comfortable setting in the room. This data will be then displayed on the MakeBlock 8x16 LED matrix. The humidifier in the front can detect both the air and temperature around it and show it on the LED matrix. The way it works is when it detects the humidity around it, and if it's dry, the LED matrix would show dry. If it's good, it will show good, and if the humidity is humid, the LED matrix will show you hum. The temperature it will show after the humidity is shown. Finally, when you're spending the coronavirus outbreak sheltering in place or out, you're hopefully trying to keep a healthy distance between yourself and anyone at a higher risk of developing a serious or even a fatal illness if they contract COVID-19. With this advice, I hope to bring some help to the family that is in need. So, when the MBOT M code starts up, it would start running forever so that this code would last forever. So, if it detects the controller button up, it will move forward. If it detects the controller button left, it will turn right. And if it doesn't detect those two, if it detects the right, it will turn right. If it doesn't detect those three, it will go down. And if it detects backwards, it will move backwards. If it doesn't detect any of these four, it will stop moving. Now, moving down, if the light sensor light intensity is lower than 200, it will turn on. Else, which is higher than 200, it will turn off. Now, moving to MBOT 2, you will see the MBOT M code starts up. So, this is to turn on the smart camera, and this is to turn on the alarm forever so that the code doesn't run out again. If it detects color block 1, it will turn on the sweeper and mop and do it for 5 seconds, then turn it off. And if it detects color block 2, it will do the same. And then if it doesn't detect any of those two, it will stop moving. Moving down, we have the humidity sensor, port 3. If the humidity is less than 40, it will show dry, wait 1 second, show the temperature, and then wait 1 second. Moving down, if it's lower than 60, But higher than 40, it would show good. Wait 1 second, show the temperature, wait 1 second. Moving down, if it's higher than 60, it would show humidity, wait 1 second. Show the temperature, wait 1 second. Now moving down, if the onboard button is pressed, it would play the audio file, which is the alarm, and then play it for 5 seconds. Moving down to the Orion, when the Orion starts up, it would start to turn the water pump and the wheel motor to turn the bottle around. Moving down, we will have the halo code. So whenever the halo code starts up, it will start playing this animation to do the UV. Moving to the sprite, we go to this. So whenever the sprite is clicked, if it will turn on the speech recognition, and if the speech recognition result is clean, it would say okay, and then start moving forward and cleaning the place around it.